There is a phrase you see everywhere. Find balance, people say. You need more balance. Your life is out of balance. I just want a balanced life. It sounds wise, almost magical, as if balance were a secret formula that, once discovered, would make everything calm and easy. But when you look at your real life, balance feels much more complicated. You have work, family, bills, your body, your mind, your relationships, your dreams, your phone constantly buzzing. At the same time, you are told to rest more, but also to be productive, to say yes to opportunities, but also to protect your time, to be ambitious, but also to be present and grateful. No wonder it feels confusing. So what does it actually mean to live a balanced life? Is it about dividing your time perfectly? Is it about never feeling stressed? Is it about doing everything in equal portions every day? Today, we are going to explore a more realistic, more human idea of balance. We will talk about why perfect balance is often an illusion, how imbalance shows up inside you and outside you, and what it looks like to move toward a life that feels more aligned, more sustainable, and more honest for who you are. Not a life without chaos, but a life where you are less lost inside it. And if reflections like this help you navigate your days with more clarity and kindness, take a moment to subscribe to this channel. That simple action supports this work, helps these ideas reach more people, and allows me to keep creating content that respects your complexity, instead of only telling you to work harder or relax more without explaining how. Let us begin by breaking a myth. A balanced life is not a frozen picture. It is not a perfect schedule where every area of your life gets the exact same amount of time and attention every day. Life does not move like that. There are seasons when work will require more, seasons when your health needs priority, seasons when you are caring for someone who depends on you, seasons when you are building something new from zero. In these periods, your life will not look balanced from the outside. And that is not necessarily a problem. Balance is less about perfect symmetry and more about rhythm. Think of walking. You are never perfectly centered with both feet on the ground at the same time. You are always shifting weight from one side to the other. You look unbalanced in each step, but the overall movement takes you forward. Living a balanced life is a little like that. It is not standing still in the exact middle. It is knowing how to shift, how to adjust, so that over time, no important part of you is completely abandoned. Where things become painful is when the shift never happens. You get stuck leaning in one direction for too long, and the rest of your life starts to ache. Let us look at some common ways imbalance shows up. One is overfocus on achievement and neglect of inner life. Maybe you are always working, studying, improving, chasing the next goal. You look very productive. But if you pause, you notice you do not really know what you feel, what you need, or who you are outside of what you do. Another imbalance is the opposite. You spend a lot of time in reflection, ideas, daydreams, but very little turns into action. You understand yourself deeply, but your practical life stays stuck. There is also imbalance between caring for others and caring for yourself. You might be someone who is always there for everyone, saying yes, holding space, solving problems, but completely ignoring your own exhaustion and needs. Or you might be so focused on your own world that you rarely offer presence to the people who care about you. None of these patterns make you a bad person. They just show that some parts of your life are carrying all the weight, while other parts are starving. Balance begins with noticing. So ask yourself, gently, in what area do I feel stretched too thin? And in what area do I feel numb, empty, or forgotten? Your answers are not a judgment. They are a map. Once you see where the extreme is, you can begin to adjust. Before talking about practical steps, there is something important to clarify. Balance does not mean constant calm. Sometimes people imagine a balanced life as a life without intense emotions, without conflict, without tiredness. But you are a human being, not a perfectly tuned instrument. You will have busy weeks. You will feel overwhelmed sometimes. You will make mistakes with your time and energy. This does not mean you are failing at balance. It means you are alive. Living a balanced life is not about controlling everything. It is about learning to notice faster when you are drifting too far from what matters, and gently coming back. Like a pilot who keeps adjusting the direction during the flight, instead of waiting until they are thousands of kilometers off course. Now, let us look at 3 movements that can help you live in a way that feels more balanced. Not perfect, but more whole. First movement, balance between doing and being. Modern life pushes you to constantly do. Produce, respond, update, post, achieve. If you are not doing something visible, you may feel guilty, lazy, or behind. But there is a side of you that does not grow through doing. It grows through being. Through moments when you are not trying to prove anything, not chasing a result, just existing and noticing your experience. Breathing, walking without headphones, sitting in silence for a few minutes, talking with someone without checking your phone. These small moments are not a waste of time. They're the space where your mind digests everything it lives. Without them, your days become a blur of tasks with no depth. To bring more balance between doing and being, you do not need hours of meditation. You can start by sprinkling tiny pauses throughout your day. For example, before you open your messages in the morning, take 3 breaths, feeling the air enter and leave your body. When you finish a task, instead of jumping immediately to the next one, pause for 30 seconds and notice how your body feels. These small acts of being remind your nervous system that you are not only what you produce. Second movement, balance between caring for others and caring for yourself. Many people swing between extremes. They either give until they collapse, or they shut down and avoid everyone. Balanced care is not about me first or you first forever. It is about me and you over time. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for the people you care about is to respect your own limits. To say, I wish I could do more right now, but I am exhausted. I need to rest so I can show up better later. This is not selfishness. This is sustainable love. On the other hand, if you have been very isolated or focused only on your own pain, balance might mean opening a little space to be present for someone else, sending a message to check in, listening without making the conversation about you. Caring for others does not erase your needs. Caring for yourself does not erase your capacity to support. They can coexist. One practical way to explore this is to regularly ask, where am I saying yes while my body is saying no? And where am I saying no because of fear when I actually have energy and desire to say yes. Your answers will show you if you are leaning too much to self-neglect or too much to self-protection. From there, you can experiment with small changes. Third movement, balance between stability and growth. Humans need both. Stability is routine, predictability, habits that keep you grounded. Growth is challenge, novelty, experiences that stretch you. If your life is all stability, every day exactly the same, you may feel safe, but also stagnant, bored, or quietly unfulfilled. If your life is all growth, constant changes, new projects, no routines, you may feel excited, but also anxious, scattered, and easily burnt out. Balanced living means you build a base of stability that can support moments of growth. You have some consistent practices that take care of your body and mind, even when everything else is in flux. Sleep as well as you can. Food that gives you energy. Movement in some form. A small ritual that brings you back to yourself. From this base, you choose a few areas to grow in instead of trying to change everything at once. Maybe this season you focus on learning a skill, or improving one relationship, or organizing your finances. Growth becomes intentional, not chaotic. And when you feel your system is overloaded, you respect that and slow down before collapse forces you to. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds good, but my life is very complicated. I have responsibilities I cannot just rearrange. That is valid. Balance is not something you find only when life is easy. In fact, it is most needed when life is demanding. So instead of thinking in terms of all or nothing, think in terms of adjustments and experiments. Ask yourself, in my current reality, what small adjustment would bring a bit more balance to my week? It might be going to bed 30 minutes earlier twice a week to restore some energy. It might be saying no to one extra commitment so you can have an evening without obligations. It might be setting a limit for how often you check social media and using that time to move your body or read or simply rest. It might be adding a small moment of joy into a heavy day, listening to music you love, drinking your coffee more slowly, looking at the sky for 1 minute. These actions will not magically solve everything, but they send a signal to your inner world. I am paying attention. I am trying to live in a way that does not erase me. Over time, these small choices accumulate. Just as imbalance is built day by day, so is balance. It is not an event. It is a practice. You will lose it sometimes. You will realize you spent weeks ignoring your body, or neglecting a relationship, or drowning in work. When that happens, you do not need to attack yourself. You can simply say, okay, I drifted. What is one step I can take today to come back a little closer to center? The center will look different for each person. Some people need more quiet to feel balanced. Others need more movement. Some feel nourished by social contact. Others recharge in solitude. Part of living a balanced life is respecting your own design, instead of trying to copy someone else's formula. You can learn from others, yes, but your balance will be unique to your nervous system, your story, your values. So listen. Notice how you feel after certain days. Which days leave you a little more alive, even if they were not perfect? What did those days have? More rest, more focus, more honest connection, less noise. Use that information as feedback. Slowly, you can shape your routines to include more of what truly feeds you and less of what drains you for no good reason. Living a balanced life does not mean you will never fall, never feel lost, never be tired. It means you are willing to keep returning to what matters, even after chaos pulls you away. It means you take responsibility for your energy as much as you can, without demanding perfection from yourself. In the end, balance is not a destination you arrive at and stay in forever. It is a relationship with your own life, a relationship where you listen, adjust, and care, where you allow yourself to be a whole person, not just a worker, not just a caregiver, not just a dreamer, but someone who is slowly learning how to carry all these parts in a way that honors your limits and still makes space for joy. Your life will always have movement, but inside that movement, you can cultivate a quieter center. Not a perfect one, just one that you return to again and again as you walk your own imperfect, human, beautiful path